is retired from, or who has a ranch in a nearby county.
Right, and I'm actually Alice. I just started recording this. It's February 10th. This is Alice Coppers, and she is a listener from the Pete Santilli show, and she has been following Pete Santilli with, what did we call it? Finicum University. I know David Fry had called it Finicum Camp. So I'm going to let you go ahead and talk. This is your time, Alice, and go ahead and tell us who you are and how you've been following Pete and what you're doing now.
Okay. I am a retired senior, I guess I can say, and I'm in a nearby county. I have a small farm. I witnessed a drone flyover the night that Lavoy was killed. About 2 hours afterwards, it was just turning dark, and I was out feeding the horses, and I almost shot it. I saw it coming in the trees, but I could hear it. I couldn't see it. I could just hear fans, and it was only 50 feet up, so the trees are a little higher than that. It just scared me. But that being said, because I kind of want to introduce how mind control happens so subtly, because that invoked a lot of fear in me, and I had to remind myself that, fear creates poor concentration and really bad problem solving. So not good to be scared, but here's how they do it to us. And one of the experiences I also had was from Oregon State University, where I went back to school and took some online graduate level classes in the Department of Forestry in their Sustainable Development Program. And at first, they wouldn't even let me in. And I had the references and all that, and they just wouldn't. And then finally I said, well, I've got this farm, and I'm doing this algae thing, and I have a solution to the fur beetle. I can feed trees that are dying from the fur beetle, and within 2 weeks, brand new sprouts will be coming out the top. And these are 40 to 65-year-old trees. So they're used to just cutting them down here. And they didn't like that. I guess that wasn't a moneymaker. And so they didn't want me to publish that. They wanted me to publish some other thing. And they wanted me to go to my neighbors and help them convert their farms to organic. So I had to draw up all the plans and maps and everything. And when I did, I found out, because I'm a Native American, I'm not a person who follows religion, that there's religions out there that don't believe in having excess stored food because they fear the government. So these people didn't want to talk about it, and they didn't want to do it. And the school told me I had to go do it, and I didn't want to. I said, where's the ethics? Where's the methods? Where's the research methods committee? There has to be a committee overseeing this kind of research. If people or animals and land are involved, every school has that. And I found out, and I was shocked when I went to the chancellor's office, that it was closed.
Wow.
They had retired. And they were replacing them with the corporation of Oregon State University. Anyway, I left. But to say, that's how you can get sucked into that. They don't have to cite their work. They don't have to put references, okay? So if you make a statement, like if you make a statement, if Dallas makes a statement, you have to say where you got that statement, and they didn't have to. So they were making it look like they did the work. And this is false science, so you can't base anything that they're doing, like the refuge and things, on science. I'm really skeptical. And I'm thinking that all of this comes into play with these people who are federal employees, because I used to work for the government, and I know what they're feeling, and I know how they're thinking about losing their jobs. And algae is going to be the answer to the planet. Algae is able to save the oceans. It's able to decontaminate us from radiation. It's able to do all kinds of miracles. It makes fuel for our Navy. NASA uses it. and I'm going to be doing a whole program on that later, but I want to tell them there's going to be plenty of jobs, and that in eastern Oregon, in the desert, we could grow the best algae for fuel out there, and then we don't need to have wars for oil. And they could all have jobs. And maybe if the Bundys and everybody in the refuge and everybody, Santilli, everybody agrees that we can forgive them, all of them. I mean, even the ones who have pulled the trigger and killed someone one time, and let them join us. Come on, we'll forgive you. Come on, We understand how you got brainwashed, and we understand all of this, and we have jobs for you, and see what they say. That's my idea, okay?
Yeah, and that's actually that. I'm glad you said that, because actually Arthur Lee, when I talked to him, I don't know if you heard that interview, but he actually said something about when we write the letters, which that information will be on Pete Santilli's page of their inmate numbers and how you can write to Amen and all them. He actually had a good idea, and I never thought of this, that as we're sending these letters, we could start actually gauging some of them towards the guards, because they have to read them before the inmates get them.
Right, yes. Anybody's welcome to read them. In fact, they should expect them to be posted, because that's just about how many people will be reading them. But, just be open and honest, everyone, and see if you've got that forgiveness.
And what is your message to David Fry? I know we talked earlier about him, but he's probably going to be listening to this, and I'm sure he needs as much support and lifting right now as possible.
I used to think really bad things about young people. I used to think how lazy they were and how they won't get off the couch. And I just want to say I'm eating all my words. I love him. I'm so proud of him. I wish he was my son. I'm so proud of him. Yes. And any of the young people that are out there, I'm so proud. This is so great.
That's awesome. Alice, is there anything else you wanted to say to Pete or Deb or to anybody else out there that's listening?
There's lots of hope. That's what I want to say. There's lots of hope.
Okay, great. All right, we'll stay.
Okay, thank you.
And stay here for just a second, Alice. All right, guys, I'll keep you guys posted, and we'll get these uploaded as soon as possible for you guys to listen to. And this was Alice Coppers, and today's date is February 10th, 2016. Please help Pete and Deb out by going to thepetesantillishow.com/donate. Thank you.